And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. Back the early kickoff. And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. Finesse like.
Yes, what's going on, people? Welcome to Never Back the Early Kickoff, episode 6. The podcast that keeps you one step ahead of the bookies while having a proper laugh doing it. No filters, no nonsense, just solid picks, proper chat, and a weekly reminder that backing the early kickoff does ruin lives. My name is Leon, and I have a sixth sense for picking players to be carded. It doesn't matter whether it's first player to be carded or in-play bookings.
And I'm Josh, and I'm the Acca King this week. I had a great week, so let's get started. How was your weekend? How was your week and weekend? I'm sure we've got loads to talk about.
Mate, look at the grin on your head. I can't even deal with it. I thought we were going to have a little bit of a back and forth. How's your week been, mate? How's your week been?
Oh, no, I just let's get straight into it, mate. What are we fucking around for?
Right. I'm going to remember this for when I have a really good week. Let's cut the small talk. Let's just get straight to my wins.
You know, I just want to talk about it. That's what I'm here for. I want to talk about my winnings. What else are we here for?
How long have you got? Because I've got a fair bit to get through here.
Right, let's start back. What was it, last Monday?
No, Tuesday, mate. Let's take you back to Tuesday. England, Latvia. So I called to Kanyix to get booked. Lee was the left wing back for Latvia.
Against Acca.
Against Acca, first player card, 12-1. I thought he was going to rattle Saka. Did he rattle Saka? Absolutely not. He just went through Jed Spence for no reason at all. Just absolutely hacked Jed Spence down. It was right
back.
Jed Spence playing right back, and it was right on England's goal line, sort of. Jed Spence was going nowhere, and he just literally gone straight through him. First booking, 12-1. So I was well happy with that. That's a great start to the. It was 520, 12-1, 40 on it. I mean, solid start to proceedings. Then let me just fast forward on to Friday. So Friday I got another little winner, Callum Britton. So
was that in play or first card?
In play, because I was watching Borough v Ipswich Friday night, because it was quite a big game because both of those teams are going to be going for promotion. I know Ipswich haven't been doing too well, and Ipswich have got that Philogene who's at Villa. Do you remember Philogene?
Yeah, Philogene.
Yeah, he's a good player. So he was causing this Britain nightmare. So Britain fouled him twice, and he was sat there at 4-1. So I was like, right, I'm having 40 on that. I'm not messing around with that. And he ended up bringing that. He didn't bring down Philogene. He brought down. I can't think who he brought down, but the guy. He looked like a dive to me. There was no contact. He's brought him down, and then the refs just booked him, give a penalty as well. And I was just thinking to myself, and I instantly went, "Oh, they're going to VAR that off." No VAR in the Championship, mate. Exactly. I'm so used to Prem, mate, and VAR decisions. I was like, they're going to VAR that off. That ain't going to be a pen. That ain't going to be a yellow card. But no VAR in the Championship, mate. So that was another 40 on a 4-1. So that was another little decent little win. Next, on again, Friday, mate. Have you heard of someone called Mike Penders?
No idea who he is.
Me neither. I hadn't heard of him before either. So he plays in goal for Strasbourg. So Strasbourg were giving PSG a right hammering at home.
Oh yeah, they're flying Strasbourg, aren't they?
Yeah, they were beating. I think they were beating them. It was either 2-0 or 3-1. They were beating them. They were 2 goals up, and I thought, right, this keeper's going to go in for time wasting because you know what PSG are like. They're always going to make a comeback.
Yeah.
So I was like,
3-3.
Yeah, finished 3-3. So I was like, this Penders fella, he's going in for time wasting. So I literally put Penders on, and then I started watching the game. Literally 5 minutes later, Desiree Doué got played in. He's gone round the keeper. He's just brought him down. The ref just ran over and just put a yellow straight in his face. Oh, so that was I got him at 9s, but I had a betting restriction. The app that I used had a betting restriction because they've limited how much I can bet. So it was not as high as a stake as I would have liked. So I could only put 30 on that. It wouldn't let me do my usual 40. So I got him. I think he was. What was Penders now? I think he might have been no, he was 9-1. Penders was 9-1. Yeah.
Right,
so that was.
That's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, so mate, you got to think Friday evening, mate. Before I went to bed, mate, I was flying. I was thinking, what a great start. Weekend's not even fully upon me yet, and I'm on for a record-breaking weekend here. And then I woke up Saturday, man. It just went downhill and downhill quickly. Let me tell you.
What happened?
Oh my good God! So obviously Newcastle Brighton. I was so sure Weaver was going to go in on Gordon. So I had him first card. Nope. I had a double with him and Dan Burn. That was like
Card or just to be carded.
no, both to be carded in the game. Got them double 11s, the two of them.
Nice.
The ref just weren't giving nothing in that game. There were no cards at all until until injury time, like the 93rd, 94th minute. Who did he book in the 94th minute?
Joel.
Dan Burn.
Ah.
So I've got V for first card, and I've got V for Dan Burn, and then the ref just books Dan Burn, 94th minute for Malvin off. Craig Pawson. So thanks for that, Craig. So that one annoyed me.
Dan Gordon.
What?
Did we for bring Dan Gordon?
No, Gordon. No, he didn't. He didn't at all. It wasn't even one of them where I can be like, the ref just like he's letting too much go. Like Gordon didn't. He didn't bring him down once, which was dead annoying. But next game that wound me up, Man City Everton.
What did that finish? That game?
You know what it finished? We don't need to talk about that.
Just how much they enlighten me.
Danny Welbeck putting us to the sword again, like he always does. He never scores like against anyone, and then he plays against us and he bags. He knocked us out the FA Cup last year. He scored 2 goals. When's the last time Danny Welbeck ever got a brace? His finishes were nice as well. Cheeky little dink and then like a finish from outside the box.
Probably Villa ahead of Newcastle now.
For now, but it's all right.
You're right there.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, mate. We'll see where it all ends after 38 games, mate. Because don't let a little spawny win away at Spurs get to your head, mate.
Five wins on the bounce now.
So, mate,
we're going to win the league,
mate. It's all good. We'll see what happens after 38 games, mate. We'll see what happens after 38 games. Anyway, the next game that wound me up, Man City v Everton. So
I knew Man City were going to pound Everton. Haaland should have scored about 5.
Oh, I'm done with Haaland. So, O'Brien right back. He fouled Doku twice. I'm thinking, right, here it comes. Had him on first card. I was like, right, here it comes. And then I thought, it's 50 minutes in. It's 0-0. I thought Pickford's going to start messing about now. So I went in on Pickford as well. And then Erling was like, nah, mate, like, your bets aren't coming in today. And he scored 2 inside 5 minutes. And I was like, Haaland, why are you doing this to me, lad? Like, what have I ever done to you? Like, what have I ever done to you? So Haaland put those bets to the sword. So this is Saturday at 5 o'clock, mate, and I'm feeling a bit pissed off. I'm obviously still up by a good amount, but my Saturday's just not going to plan. 5:30 rolls around, and what have I been banging on about all week with Bayern versus Dortmund?
Ben Siabi, or what his name is?
Ben Sibiani, the left centre back against Michael Elise. I was like, there's no way he doesn't get booked. So lineups come out. Ben Sibiani's on the bench. He's not been on the bench all season. He started every single game, but because he'd been playing for Algeria and played 2 games, I think the manager must have been like, let's not put him straight in because it's been international break. First time he starts on the bench. So I'm like, okay, cool. When he comes on, I'm going straight in on him. And I'm going and I'm heavy, because he's going to go in. Half-time comes, he's not on. And during the half-time break, my mum gives me a call. So I'm having just a little chat with my mum, having a little catch-up, thinking,
You don't answer your phone to anyone during the football.
I know, but it was half-time. And I just thought, what, I'll give my mum a quick 10 minutes here. Like, I've not spoken to her today. Give her a quick 10 minutes. She's not called me in a few days. Having a little chat with my mum, end the call, come back to the Bayern game, 5 minutes into the second half, I'm watching it on Bet365. The ref's got a yellow card in Ben Sibiani's face. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I was like, what is going on? And then I was like, why is he on the pitch? What's happened? He got subbed on at half time and he rattled Elise with like 5 minutes in. When I say my head nearly fell off, I was fuming. And then I was dead.
How many head losses have you had this weekend?
Say it again.
How many head losses you had this weekend?
Oh, plenty, mate. Plenty more to come that I've not even shared with you yet. So that was like a proper head loss. I wanted to be proper angry at my mum as well, but I just didn't have it in me. Because I thought, I can't blame her.
It's your own fault. You never answer the phone during football.
I know. That's poor form from me, that is. That's the Alexander Isak form, mate. Poor form.
You don't even answer the football if it's kicking off within an hour, never alone while the game's on.
I know. I shouldn't have answered it, mate. And that's exactly why I don't answer my phone, for that exact reason. But lesson learned. And then my next head loss was approximately 7:45 p.m. So it was Roma v Inter Milan. Roma have a centre-half called Mancini. He's one of the dirtiest players I've ever seen over the last 5 to 6 years. Always gets a stupid amount of bookings. He got booked in the last 4 out of 5 games against Inter. So I didn't do first player card. I thought, I'm going to watch this one, see how it starts. So Inter get a player booked. Lautaro Martinez got booked quite early on. And I'm just watching the game. Mancini 1 foul. Mancini 2 foul. Mancini 3 fouls. I'm like, right, half time. He's going in now. Went in on Mancini, 80 quid. Decent sized stake there. And second half starts. Ndicka, the centre half next to Mancini, goes in. Later on in the game, the right centre half, Hermoso, goes in. Ndicka gets subbed off for a centre half I've never even heard of. That centre half goes in. I'm like, how do 3 Roma centre halves get booked and then Mancini doesn't, being they only play 3 centre halves? So that one, mate, was like, that one was just unbelievable. So that's my Saturday. So Saturday did not go well. It did not go well. But I thought, do you know what? Sunday it'll be fine. I've got my Acca ticking along. I only need Feyenoord and Liverpool to land £2,000. So at this point, I'm like, great Friday, bad Saturday. I'm going to have a big win on Sunday. No bother. So Sunday kicks off. Watching Spurs Villa. Did you watch the Spurs Villa game all the way through?
Only managed to catch the first half.
So I thought that Bentancur was due a booking. He ain't booked all season. I thought he's going in. I thought Onana was going in. So I went Onana first card. Didn't happen. Watching the game, and then I'm like, right, Xavi Simons is just running around kicking people here.
Right, Xavi Simons does nothing.
He was on 3 fouls. So I went in on Xavi Simons, absolutely nothing. So lost another one there. Then my best mate, Cambiani, was playing at 2 o'clock as well. And he was playing against Cagliari for Bologna.
Was it Zappa and Palestri or something like that?
Yeah, Zappa was the right centre-half and Palestra was the right wing-back. So I covered, I put 20 on each of them for first player carded. This didn't happen, mate. The left-back for Bologna went in for absolutely nothing. So that wound me right up. But I thought, you know what, mate? It's all right, because Feyenoord had beaten Heracles 4-0 in the Liverpool games and that started.
They finished 7-0 or something ridiculous.
They did finish 7-0. They did finish 7-0, you're right about that. Because I was watching that one with a keen interest. So they 7-0'd Heracles. So I just need Liverpool at Anfield for £1,900. All you got to do is beat Ruben Amorim's United. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. 1 minute in, Brian and Mbeumo, goal. Oh, cheers, lads. Cheers, Liverpool. You're at home at Anfield, and you just let Brian and Mbeumo score within a minute. But even then, I weren't that bothered.
I looked at United's team and I was like, this team is crap. I was like,
Man United
Casemiro and Bruno in midfield are going to get the absolute run around. I did not see Man United getting a result there.
Yeah. I mean, when the lineups came out, mate, I thought I was already spending that money, mate. My cash out was at about 680. I was already spending that money in my head. 1-0 down. My cash out only dropped to about I think it drops to about 350, and I was thinking, Liverpool are going to score at Anfield. Man U is going to fall apart. To be fair, the game was like a dead back and forth game, but I want to name and shame some players because I was disgusted by a few players with what I saw.
And you moan about Isaac.
His time will come. I'm going to start with Cody Gakpo. I'm going to start with Cody No-Show. How dare you? Who hits the woodwork 3 times in a game? Hit the woodwork 3 times.
Did it?
Yeah, 3 times. He hit the woodwork 3 times. One in the first half. No, one in the first half. A shot he should have scored. He did a chip to the back post, which was a cross really at the inside of the post. And then he done one in the second half where he cut in, a shot across goal, hit the post. And then he missed a header from about 6 yards out.
And then he scored.
So Cody Gakpo had a higher XG than Man United's whole team on his own.
Was it like that?
Yeah. You know what? I'm not one for XG because I think XG's a load of bollocks, but the chances he missed in that game were just ridiculous. So Cody Gakpo, cheers for that, my friend. And then Alexander Isak. Alexander Shitsack, mate, because he is just... I already me and him just don't get on, as is, with how he handled the move from us.
I don't think he even knows who you are.
So... He does, mate. He will do, mate, because I'm going to be calling him out every week, mate. You'll soon know. But, he got put through, got slipped in, mate, and he should just bag it. He just hit the keeper, though. So he slipped in, shoot across goal, 1-1, and he just hits the keeper. And I'm just Alex, it's not enough for you to have absolutely stabbed Newcastle in the back, but then you can't even go to Liverpool and just put that in the net, for me. What's wrong with you? So, yeah, Isaac's getting it, man. Isaac's getting it every week until he scores, mate, because he's done my head in as well. So yeah, mate. So it was 1-0, and as the betting gods love to do, they give you a bit of hope. So Liverpool score.
Anfield was rocking when they scored.
Yeah, Liverpool score, mate. Anfield's rocking. Liverpool are attacking the Kop. You know, the Kop usually suck the ball into the net for them. But when Leon's got a 1,900 quid on it, they don't. Do you know what happens when Leon's got 1,900 quid on it? Bruno Fernandes hoists one into the box, mate, and Lord Maguire comes in with a header back stick.
Like slap head the man, the myth, the legend.
Man, and I just got, and you know what? I just started laughing to myself when I saw Harry Maguire knee sliding away. I was just like, you just can't write this. You just cannot write this. So that was my Sunday. So Sunday after Maguire scored, mate, I was like rock bottom. I was like, all my good work from Friday has been undone by my Saturday and Sunday, and my Acca's not landed. So my head was in the absolute dustbin. But luckily, there's a guy called Vinicius Jr. who wanted me to win some money. So Madrid were playing Getafe at 8 o'clock. A bit of a dead game. Getafe were like hanging on. Vinny comes on, mate. Within like 30 seconds, he like mouthed off to the right back, then ran into him and dived. I was thinking, oh, Vinny's in the mood today. Is he going to make something happen? So I went in on the right back, Kiko Firmino. He was 13-2. So I went in on him.
Playing, then he used to play for Watford.
He did just play for Watford. Yeah, he did. He did, mate.
Wait, how's he still going?
I don't know, mate.
So it was about 10 years ago he played for Watford.
Oh, God, I know. But I put him on, and then he went in within 10 minutes. That was 13-2, so I won quite a bit on that. And then what did annoy me, and there's nothing I could have done about it, but then he got pulled off because Vinny was just cooking him. And then Getafe subbed on someone called Nyam, who's a big, cumbersome right back. Clumsy, big.
Didn't he just play for West Brom?
I think he did. I think he did.
I'm sure he did.
And I just looked at him like, oh my God, Vinicius is going to get him booked. So I was thinking, right, I've got my Kiko Firmino money. I'm going to go heavy on this. This could be like a £100 this could, depending on what his odds are. I'm going to go heavy on this. So Nyam's on, I'm thinking, right, I've got 365 up, like waiting for his name to appear. Next thing, mate, the odds just go off. I don't know what's going on here. I click on the game, mate, and like Vinicius Jr.'s on the floor, and Nyam's giving him a forearm in the face and got sent off. It was literally within a minute. Mate, he's come on and got sent off within a minute.
That bad? In a minute?
In a minute, yeah. He just give him, he literally, like, he's off the ball, he's just give Vinny a forearm. And you know what Vinny's like, mate? He only needs half an excuse to go down and start rolling about. And then Nyam got sent off.
Yeah, literally, I'm looking at it now. He come on in the 76th minute and got sent off on the 77th.
Yeah, mate, it was a minute, like, you know, like, I'm not even exaggerating. Literally, he'd come on, Madrid did like 2-3 passes, Vinny went to make a run and he just forearmed him in the face and got sent off.
I'm looking at the stats now.
Mate,
that is ridiculous. Subs on 76% off, straight then on 77.
So that was a bit annoying. So to answer your question, mate, it's been a bit of a roller coaster this week. I know that I'm up, but how much I'm up, I don't know, mate. I started trying to work out the maths this morning. I just thought this is too much of a headache. So that's me. That's me. But you're grinning like a Cheshire cat over there. So what happened your end over the last week?
I'm glad I can finally talk now.
No, I needed to get it out, mate. It's a bit of therapy for me, this.
Yeah, I know. So it took you 20 minutes.
And what?
So let's start on Saturday afternoon. So I had a little feeling. It was coming. So I put a little tenfold on. And so I had City, obviously just pounced Everton. Haaland should have scored about 5. I had Arsenal Fulham, that was probably the tightest game. Charlton Sheffield Wednesday, that was a nice little 2-1. Coventry flying Cardiff were a bit of a scare. They went 1-0 down, then won 2-1. And then Barcelona Araujo, oh my God, I love that man. That just looked like it was like petering out to a shitty 1-1 game, and then Araujo stepped up in like the 93rd minute to win it 2-1. You should have seen me cheer.
No, I mean,
my little titties off.
The thing is, like, at the minute, I don't trust Barca without Lamau being fully fit, because I just look at their team and I just think nothing up front if Leb don't play. Rashford's hot and cold on that side, but and what do I always say, mate? Like, you never win an Acca without a life and death moment. There's always one life and death moment, always.
Well, Mal did play. He's obviously not fully fit yet, but it was 93rd minute for Araujo, so that was absolutely buzzing to get that across the line. Because, like I said, there's always a life and death moment. And then I had Atletico. That was a tight one. That was a 1-0 stinker. And then Oblak saved me, didn't
Yeah, to be fair, mate, like it was a big save. Have you seen the save?
No, I haven't seen it. I was at work. So
No,
I
it was
didn't
like
see it.
they were running down the wing and someone like cut it back. So like when someone's like coming onto a cutback.
Oh, it's just nice in the front.
Yeah, and he like side footed it and he should have just found the net, but it was a good save. It was a big save to be fair.
He done his job. Roy Keane, mate. He's done his job.
He did, mate. That's what he's there for. He's not there to let goals in, is he?
And then I had Munich against Dortmund, Marseille, Le Havre. That was a bit of a risky.
It
Well,
wasn't.
they went.
Mason Greenwood scored about 8 goals. What do you mean?
Yeah, but they went 1-0 down, didn't they? And then they got a man sent off, and then all of a sudden it was like 6-2. And then PSV. So yeah, 20 quid got me 7.58 return. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that.
Mate, you need to send Araujo a thank you message, mate, on Instagram or something.
Yeah, and then what I'd done was, because obviously that was just for Saturday, so I've had my picks for Sunday as well. So I've done all 10 teams and then my 6 picks for Saturday. So that for Sunday, sorry. So yeah, so I had a 16 fold for Saturday and Sunday. Obviously my 10 coming on Saturday, so my cash out was up at a nice healthy 278, I think it was, off a tenner. And so then Sunday, 12 o'clock. Dundee, Celtic.
Oh,
What a Celtic play, that. What a Celtic play,
I
mate.
knew you had Celtic on your Acca. Talk to me about what happened at 12 o'clock. I'm going to say, where did Dundee play? Did they play at Fir Park? Where did they play? I don't know the name of their stadium.
I don't even know.
Talk to me. What happened at 12 o'clock in Scotland?
Well, the game started. Obviously, you're expecting Celtic. I think before the game, Dundee were like 11-1. 11-1. Like, what do you mean you're losing when it's an 11-1? Like, so yeah, they went 18 minutes, 1-0. I'm not worried. Celtic do this every week. They go 1-0, then they actually start playing. And then all of a sudden, half time's on. I'm like, it frees up. I'm like, yeah, that's got to be Celtic. 2-0, don't go. Absolutely. And then I was like, hey, Celtic, they're still coming. Like, Celtic, come on. And then Celtic obviously battered them. They had 23 shots, 3 on target. The other team had 10 shots, 2 on target. The other team had 18% possession. How are you scoring 2 goals with 18% possession?
Mate, Leicester
Like,
won the league.
how are you having 10 shots with 18% possession?
Leicester City won the league on 18% possession, mate. It can be done.
No, the best one was Barcelona Celtic that 1 year, Wanyama.
Yeah.
I think they had like 8% possession or something stupid like that. But Celtic obviously just weren't it in the back of the net. 23 shots, 3 on target.
Do you know what made me laugh about that? What made me laugh about that more than anything is, obviously when your bets go down with games like that, usually the team will score a couple and it gets quite
just to
close.
give you a bit of hope.
That bet was just like, nah, mate, this ain't coming in. We're not even going to make you even think it's going to come in. Just a 2-0 stinky shutout in Dundee, mate.
I know, and then the first game on a Sunday. So literally, first game. They even give me a bit of excitement. Literally, first game, bang, down.
Yeah, but would you rather be you and just your bets down early doors, or would you rather be me sat there with 680, mate, watching Harry Maguire just stick one in the last 10 minutes?
I did have Liverpool as well, but then I went back in again, and then I still lost anyway. Because Liverpool, then I had Liverpool because I still believe Liverpool were going to win. So I had another one with the teams that I had remaining, 25 quid for 150 back. It was a 5-fold, and the other teams I had on Sunday were Midtjylland, Fenerbahce, obviously Celtic, Feyenoord, Madrid, and obviously Liverpool. So yeah, I went back in, and obviously Liverpool was the only team to let me down after that. So that was rather annoying.
Yeah, cheers, mate, for going back in and putting Liverpool on. Thanks for that.
So yeah, not a great start. And then I put on one over a week with we invested my winnings from Saturday night, and then that went down with Celtic as well. I'm like, I don't see how they lose this game.
The question I've got to ask you is: are Celtic on your banned list now, or are you going to still go back to them?
No. One game, mate. They'll win the next 15 on the bounce, and then I won't put them on in the week. When I do put them on in the 16th game, they'll lose.
Yeah, so they're not on the banned list with Benfica?
No, not yet. But Benfica are slowly creeping back onto my good list.
Well, then they won't become this week when we put them to the sword at St James's.
Oh no, not in the Champions League. In the league, especially when they're at home. Yeah. But so yeah, it's an interesting week. Been an interesting weekend. Obviously hitting a nice 700 quid. So that's
all in all, what are you up then? Do you reckon?
Probably about 650, 700 quid.
Oh, that's lovely.
So
That.
it's a good weekend. It's a good time to be alive. I'm happy with
Mate,
that.
I was wondering why you were so keen to get talking. You had such a massive grin on your head. Fair play,
Right.
mate. Fair play.
So yeah, that's it really. So it's a successful weekend. A bit annoying with obviously Liverpool and Celtic, but on to the next week now.
Okay then. So obviously last week you've done really well. I had a bit more of a roller coaster, up and downs, but still up at the end of it. But when we turn our attention to this week, mate, we've got Champions League back on. Premier League's well underway. So what have you got your eye on this week?
Mate, are we fucking having it or what?
Oh, here we
Like,
go.
we are having it. We
Mate,
are having it.
the confidence is so high, mate. Honestly, you're unbelievable, mate.
Oh, mate. And I'm buzzing, mate. I'm fucking waiting. I've got 4 teams left for £3,000. So
Remind me, who are the 4 you've got left for 3? How much is the full return and what teams have you got left?
just the 4, or or the full return. So basically, my full return from £5 is £3,162.12.
Oh my lord.
My current cash out is sat at 457. It's been fluctuating. It's been going up and down. It was at 475 the other day, but it's gone down. So
Like, you love watching the cash out. I bet when you wake up first thing in the morning, you check it, and then you say good night to it before you go to bed.
oh mate, just give it a little kiss and it just watch it, mate.
A little kiss and good night. I'll see you in the morning. One of them. Unbelievable.
Like, come on, day. Let's go. So yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday Champions League special. So on Tuesday night, I've got Barca and City away. That City away is my tough one.
Who are they playing?
Villarreal. They're on your list.
Ooh, Villarreal.
But I didn't realise when I put it on, obviously, because I put it on like 2 weeks ago. Like my first game on this list was like the 2nd of October. That's how long it's been sat there for. It's been sat there for. By the time it finishes, it'll be sat there for 20 days. 20 days. That's ridiculous. That's embarrassing.
That's like, I don't mean to pour rain on you. I mean, I don't mean to like pour
It's on
your
the
rain
parade.
on your parade or whatever the hell that saying is that I
It's
just
on the
messed
parade.
up with. But because I think Villarreal are doing all right at home, aren't they? Like the City should win, and the way Haaland's going, like he could have a hat-trick in first half, but I think City will win, but I think they'll put up a bit of resistance then. I don't think it'll be a walkover.
No, I don't think it'll be a walkover, but I think City have got enough. I think City just feel like they're just like ticking over. They're never going to do anything like amazing, like the can run teams. But yeah, looking at Villarreal's form, they've drew the last 2 at home, and then before that, so they won 4 in a bounce. So the last 6 games, they've won 4, drew 2. So that doesn't make great reading, but we're here for it, innit?
Yeah. So you got City, Villarreal. Who else?
Barca, Olympiacos.
Oh, that's a Barca win.
At Barca as well. Munich at home to Bruges.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea at home to Ajax.
Chelsea at home to Ajax. Yeah, that's a... Mate, I just think that's all on the City Villarreal, mate. Yeah, I think the others should be. Unless there's something stupid like a red card or something ridiculous like a Dundee Celtic, then you should be fine.
Yeah, so what's that about? Yeah, so off that, 3,162 return. And then, yeah, that would be, hopefully, that would be 17 wins. So, yeah, we're rolling with that. So then, looking forward, again, over the week, I've put a little tenfold on. So, my tenfold I'm looking at is Barca, again, Dortmund, they're playing away to Copenhagen. I feel like Dortmund, they're doing all right. They're doing well. They're doing all right in the league. Obviously, they lost on the weekend. The Champions League, God, that should be better than Copenhagen. And I think they're really good odds for an away from home team. 4-5 at the minute.
That's not bad actually. It's Copenhagen. I couldn't name you one of their players, to be honest.
Exactly. And then I got Inter away to USG.
Yeah, they're all. We played them and absolutely hammered them.
Didn't you beat them like 4-0 or something?
We don't even score goals, mate, and we hammered them. They're awful.
Did you beat them 4-0 or something last week?
Yeah,
the week before that stuff.
We hammered them. They're awful.
And then Atalanta at home to Slavia Prague. Again, I just think when you're an elite nation in an elite league, you should be beating teams like Prague.
Atlanta are crap, but they should have enough for Prague.
Munich again. Villa away to Go Ahead Eagles. Come on, the boys, up the Villa.
Away at Go Ahead Eagles.
Yeah.
They're the team that I said when I had a PSV against them.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, again, no disrespect to the team and people from Go Ahead Eagles. They're not City it's from, but Yeah, you got. If
It's,
you're
it's from
Villa,
it's from the City of Eagles, mate.
you've got. Villa have got to be going there and getting nothing but the 3 points, mate, and their goal difference getting a nice little bump up.
And then Roma at home to Pleasant. The one that you.
Oh, I
you
wonder
you
if,
have to move there.
I wonder if Estway is still playing for them. Pleasant. I'll have to have a little
Pleasant.
look. Good old
Pleasant.
Estway, mate.
And then Chelsea at home to Sunderland on the weekend. Munich at home. Away to Gladbach next weekend. And then
Bayern Munich are going to drop points at some point. I feel like
they're
they're going to go, mate. They're just not they're going to win every single game easy.
mate. And Harry Kane is just firing on all cylinders.
Mate, don't get me started.
Mate, I've seen some highlights earlier, and it's literally like Harry Kane, ultimate footballer, and like again in the game against Dortmund, and literally he was in his own half of the whole game. Every ball was just like spraying passes from like.
He didn't play up front against Dortmund. I was watching it. He literally Nicholas Jackson played up front. He played him in the 10. So he dropped.
I said he about centre half. I said he like snapping tackles. I was like, why do you look like a defensive midfielder?
Yeah. So, but
And then,
Bayern are just whooping everyone at the minute though.
And then Middlesbrough flying away to Sheffield Wednesday. So that is my tenfold. So I've got 20 quid on that, and that returns 1,035 quid.
Oh.
That's with obviously the boost on 365. So yeah, I think that's a solid Acca.
Are you doing any rollers this week, or are you just sticking to Accas now international football's over?
See how I feel. Probably get bored on the day and start just whacking random stuff on.
Just get the itch. Just get the urge.
It's just like,
I haven't put on a bet today. I need to get something on one of them.
Yeah, I need to start something.
That's funny.
Well, I do like doing a roll, like I said before. Like sometimes, like once you see the team, you need to like look at the team and you go, okay, fancy this, fancy a bit of that.
Yeah.
And then like things can change on the day. Like especially in like the Europa League and Conference League. Actually, I didn't even look at the Conference League actually because I'm sure Palace will definitely beat whoever they're playing in the Conference League as well.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
I forgot about that. I might have to change it and add in whoever Palace and someone else in the Conference League.
Well, if you do make any change, make sure you stick it on the socials, mate, so people can have a little look because the one you posted last week definitely come in, mate. So I might have to have a little gander actually if I'm getting the itch.
Mate, do it. Follow me into battle.
God, ridiculous.
So what about you? What you got on this week then? What are you thinking? What are the games to watch?
Oh, mate, there's quite a few, mate, but I've narrowed it down to 4. And I might be repeating myself a bit here, but I just...
Matty Cash against Go Ahead Eagles.
No, not against Go Ahead Eagles, mate. Matty Cash is there, but I'll tell you why.
Matty Cash is on his redemption arc, mate.
So he's not on his redemption arc, mate. He's on his arc to make Leon more money, and he will be doing so next weekend, but I'll get to him. So, Newcastle Benfica, Tuesday night. Do you remember when Benfica come and played Chelsea and I said it was going to be a South American battlefield? Bloodbath, yeah. Well, it's going to be a South American bloodbath again because instead of Enzo and Caicedo, you've got Joel Linton and Bruno G. So you've got, in the midfield, you've got Bruno G, Richard Rios, Barrenechea, Joel Linton. So it wouldn't surprise me if all 4 of them got booked. If I really had to narrow in, I would say Richard Rios 100% on Bruno G for persistent fouling, and then I think Bruno G is going to get one against Rios because they're both wind-up merchants of the highest calibre.
Yeah.
I would usually say Joel Linton, but because he's been booked, I think in every single Champions League game, he is due a game where he ain't going to get one. But again, it's Joel Linton. Like at any given moment he could do something stupid. So that I love. Also, Benfica have got a right back called Dedic, and he's got in the league, I believe, 4 bookings in 7, but he's only got 1 in the Champions League so far. So I think he, again, if Anthony Gordon's in the mood, like Anthony Gordon didn't play that well against FIFA, but if Anthony Gordon's in the mood under the lights at St James's, then I think Dedic. So that game, Dedic, Richard Rios, Bruno G, and then outside picks Barrenechea, Joel Linton. So that game's going to be full of cards.
Okay.
Same night. We got
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday. Same night we've got, like you said, Villarreal v City over in Villarreal. And again, Villarreal have a right back called Santiago Moreno, who's from, I believe, Uruguay, and he's an absolute dirtbag. I watched him play against Vinicius Junior for about 60 minutes before he got sent off. So when he's against tricky wingers, mate, he's dead aggressive and keeps fouling them. So he's against Doku. So, I mean, you do the maths. Like, he's going to foul Doku at least 4 times. And he's going to get booked. The only thing where I'm a bit hesitant is he's coming back from his suspension. So obviously he got sent off against Vinny, missed the game, their recent game. So this is his first game back after suspension. So I'm always a bit like, oh, when someone comes back from suspension, are they really going to go straight in? But he's against Doku. So I'm just like, yeah. So Santiago Marino, you usually get good odds for him as well, for some reason. So I like him. So they're my 2 Champions League games. The Champions League games on Wednesday are dead. Like, just dead games. I'll be honest, haven't done full research into Europa League teams. So many fixtures. And with the Europa League, there's only certain games you can do cards on. So that'll definitely be a... What I'm going to do is I'll do a little video when lineups are out. And I'll go through and share who I'm thinking. Because, like, the English and the British teams, like, that you can definitely do cards on them. So I'll do a video in the week about that. In terms of the weekend, I've only got 2 games. So it is City v Villa at Villa Park this weekend.
Villa Park is going to be rocky, mate. We're going to win.
Yeah, and I know I'm like a broken record, mate, but Jeremy Doku's playing against Matty Cash. So if Doku starts, and if Cash starts, I just don't...
Cash started. Cash isn't not...
And Doku, you think, could start. If Doku...
What did you put him on now? What did you put him on from today? Because he's definitely going to start.
Do you know what's funny? I should just literally just put on right back against Doku, Cash against Doku, first player card both and double it. If I can do that, I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to because sometimes you have to wait. First player card, the Villarreal one. First player card, Matty Cash. But I think it's I don't think I'll be able to double it because it will be too much of a gap. Yeah. So that also in the Villa City game, I've got a feeling that if that Nico Gonzalez plays.
Oh yeah, because Rodri's Rodri's out.
Rodgers, who we're playing in?
Rodri's out. Rodri's definitely out. So Rodri's.
No, I thought you could say Rodgers is out because he looked like he got a knock against Spurs. But if Nico Gonzalez plays, which I think he will definitely. He'll rattle Rodgers. He's 100% going in. So I'd probably cover Gonzalez and Cash for first card, but they're both going in. So that's Nico Gonzalez, Matty Cash. And then obviously on the Saturday, 3:15, we've got El Clasico. So obviously, usually the odds aren't the greatest for these games for cards, but again, I just think there's going to be so many in this. Real Madrid first and second in the league, massive game. Big game, especially the Real Madrid players to look at: Camavinga if he starts, and also their left back Carreras. Because he's dirty and he's against Lamau. And it's their first time they've played against each other, so he's going to be getting booked against Lamau. So Carreras will go in, Camavinga will go in. Barca's a bit more tricky because Barca, for me, don't really have any outstanding dirtbags, apart from Fermin Lopez, who's injured, and Mark Casado, who I think might be injured. So I would probably say Koundé against Vinny, just because Koundé is a centre-half converted to right-back. So I think if Vinny's in the mood... He does, but I just think if Vinny's in the mood, it could be... I just think when I look at Barca's team, it's hard to find someone who you think could get booked. Yeah. I would say Koundé. The main thing with the El Clasico is keep an eye on Bellingham and Vinny, because if it ain't going Real Madrid's way, they're both partial to a head loss yellow. Yeah. So if it's like, if they're losing or the ref's going against them with some decisions, Vinny and Jude could definitely get bookings. So I'll definitely keep an eye out for those two.
Right, as usual, guys, this week's topic is: do you ever cash out? What makes you want to cash out, or do you just always stick? Do you just sometimes twist? What makes you decide if you're going to do cash out or not?
Oh, cash out. You know, well, my view on cash out is, mate, I never like to cash out, ever, because I just think to myself, well, a few reasons. One, if it's an Acca, then if you do it on 365 and you've got the Acca bonus, then you automatically lose that. And that Acca bonus can be massive. So instantly I'm thinking, no thanks. Like, I don't want to lose that bonus. So I don't like cashing on Accas for that reason.
What about in an instance if your team's winning, like by one goal, you haven't got the payout and they get a man sent off?
Well, it depends.
Half an hour left.
It depends how much it drops by. Depends what it is. Depends like... how much is what the full winnings are compared to what it's offering me. So if the full winnings was like say £800, and then I'm being offered like 250, 300, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely
but like
not.
half an hour left, locking a man down. Like,
Deal with it. Deal with it. Players get sent off.
you told me to cash out that one time when you copied my bet. And
That was because I copied your bet, and it was a juicy cash out. How much was the cash out? Remind me.
over £1,000.
Exactly. And if I'd cashed that and took £1,000, and then you hadn't, and the team equalised, and I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I copied your bet and I cashed out, and you've got nothing. I've got
You just contradicted your own rule there.
How have I contradicted my own rule?
Because you said you wouldn't cash out. It was still went down to 10 men. They went down to 10 men.
You didn't listen to what I said. I said it depends what it's offering me. I said
the full value was £2,500.
Yeah, but it was offering me over £1,000. I said if my take home win was 800 and it was offering me 200, I wouldn't take it. If my take home £2,500, but it's offering me £1,000, so I've got £1,000 sat there, I'm gonna take £1,000, especially off a bet that I didn't even want to put on, and I just put on to copy you.
Yeah, but say you put like 40% of the value, so that's the same as £250 to £800.
It's not. How is £200 the same? How is £200 the same as 1,000?
No, 250 for 100 is 40% of the value of the bet.
I understand it's 40% of the bet, but there's a difference between a bet that's £200, which is 40%, versus £1,000. £1,000's a really healthy bet win.
No, it is a healthy bet win, but I'm just
£200 is like. I don't want to say it's a standard bet win, but if I do my usual £40 on an in-play booking, that's like usually comes out at £200. It's nothing like crazy, but £1,000 is like that's like decent. Well, I think that's decent anyway.
No, I think £1,000's a very, very good win. I think that's
it all depends on what it's going to offer me.
Okay.
I just don't like doing it. I mean, I'd never cash out booking ones ever, because I'm just like, the minute you put it on, it starts dropping. So booking ones, unless the player does like a ridiculous amount of fouls, it might go up. But I never cash booking ones. Very rarely cash Accas. Because I just think to myself, I always think, what would annoy me more here? Would it annoy me to lose the money, or would it annoy me to cash it and then the bet land? And that thought of cashing for like a small amount of 40% and then the bet land, just because I panicked and thought, oh, the team's going to concede. Oh, mate, that'd drive me mad. That would drive me mad. So I think like for me, it's like I'd say 90% to 95% of the time, like I don't look to cash. Like, I know we've got friends who are quite in favour of cashing out, and you've got someone to take it, but I'm quite on the opposite end of that spectrum, mate. I'm just like, nah, like, what's meant to be will be. What's meant to be will be. If it's meant to land, it will. If it ain't meant to land, it ain't. It won't. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same, to be fair. I agree with that, like, because, like I said, it all depends on like the value of the bet and kind of the situation. You got to look at it, like, if the team's 1-0 up and they're getting battered and you've already lost the bonus, and it's like, they're 1-0 up, they're getting battered, and like, this team, I feel like this team's going to equalise or whatever, then I'll be like, okay, then I'll consider it. And then I'll be like, if it's like 80% of the value, obviously it's all down to the bonus, and I guess that's why Bet365 give you the extra bonus so you don't cash out, because, and obviously it probably works in their favour for you not to cash out. Or if you do cash out,
yeah, I mean,
you're not making as much money, so it probably works in their favour.
Of course it does, and the thing is, I think people panic with cash outs. Like, they start panicking, like,
I've had £500 sat there for 2 weeks.
No, but I don't mean like that. I mean like panicking when like you're watching the actual game and like the other team are on top for a bit. So you're like, I need to take this now because they're going to score. And it's like, there's going to be like, games are going to ebb and flow. There's going to be times when your team are winning and they're just going to sit back because they're like, we're just going to see this out.
Yeah.
So and then there's the other thing where it's like, well, how do you know when to cash out? Because it's like, there's that thing where it's like, well, I can just leave this another 5 minutes, it's going to go up. I'm just going to leave this another 5 minutes, it's going to go up. I'm just going to leave this another 5 minutes. And in my head, I'm like, well, I might as well just let it run.
Yeah, let it land.
Because what's the point? Because you're never going to cash out and then literally 30 seconds later the team score. Well, that's just not going to happen. That's going to be rare that's going to happen. And then what happens if your team goes and gets a second goal? Like, you just feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
So me personally, I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. Have you, apart from the bet that we both cashed out that one time, that's one of my only cash outs. Have you cashed out many more bets over the years?
I had one bad head last moment like years ago. That was ridiculous. It was like the FA Cup weekend, and obviously being a Villa fan, it was like Birmingham City were playing Kings Lynn or something in the FA Cup, and then loads of my teams were winning, and they went 2-0 down at half time. And I don't even know why. Cashed out for like less than my value and just put like a ridiculous one on because I was pissed off and completely lost my head. And then they ended up winning, so I missed out on like, it would have come in for like, it was like 120 quid or something. It was only off like a £5, but I completely lost my head and cashed out just because it was like Blues were losing 2-0 to like a non-league team.
So you put on a stake of £5.
Yeah.
How much did you cash it out for? Like 50p?
No, like £3.50. So it worked like because I had all my teams winning apart from one game with a 2-0 down, but it was like Blues to a non-league team.
Yeah.
And I just completely I think it was anyone else, I probably wouldn't have been asked, but it's just completely lost my head.
I know you lost your head. I know you lost your head because it's Blues in that, but that just is exactly why I just couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't deal with like cashing, thinking, oh, this isn't going the way it should go, or oh, my team are going to concede now, and then we're just wasting money. I mean, what you did's even worse because you cashed it when your team was losing, and then they turned it round.
I know, I just completely lost my head. I think it was just because it was Birmingham City for all teams. I think it was anyone else probably wouldn't have even been bothered. Just them, I was like, what pricks, fucking hater. I ain't enough as it is.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, man, because it's obviously not cashing out bit me in the arse a few times. Most recent being on Sunday, yesterday. Like, because my cash out was there. Even when Liverpool went 1-0 down, it was still like 300 and something. So I could have took 300 and something right then and there, 1-0 down. But in my head, I'm just like, I know Liverpool are going to score.
Yeah.
And when they did score, I think it went up to around 500 and something. Because I think there weren't too much time left.
13 minutes left, and it was 7.
Yeah, and I was just like, I could take 500 quid now, but if Liverpool score again, mate, that's £1,900. I've just pissed 1,400 quid up the wall just because I panicked.
Yeah.
And would that have been the right decision in hindsight? Yeah, but for me, it's like, no.
Well, the right decision would have been chuck like 300 quid on the double chance.
But double chance was 23 to 20.
Oh, that's pointless then.
Because I was saying that before the game, like I was thinking I could cover it, but I would have had to have probably put on about 400-500 quid to make it worth the while. And then it's like, well, if my winnings, my take home's 1,900, like that's like what, over a quarter of it. You'd have to put on like 500 quid to win a grand, and then you were literally making a profit of 500 quid. Exactly. I just said, what will be will be. Isaac let me down again, not for the first time this year, and it just is what it is. But
really no show.
No. So yeah, mate, I'm just not one for cash out, but sounds like you're on a similar sort of thought process to me on this one.
As usual, guys, thanks for watching and tuning in. I hope you have a great week with the Champions League and Europa Conference League and Europa League and Premier League and Championship and League One. But no, we've got some good bets coming, and hopefully we're all going to be successful and make a good win.
Peace out. Until next time. And don't forget Matty Cash. But Matty Cash next Saturday against Doku. Going in. Doku's getting people booked this week. Do not forget.
Okay.
And don't forget to tune in next week for Never Back the Early Kickoff. Thanks for watching. Follow us across socials for more. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please gamble responsibly. 18+.